Oh snap, where'd I put the books? Light. I forgot about it. Well, okay. I just wanted to just quickly go over all the books I got that I hope to be reading either this month or next month. Because recently, it's just, reading has not come easily for some reason. So, geez, I'm talking super duper fast. Wait. Okay. So, this is like over the course of maybe 2 trips to Barnes & Noble's. So, it isn't a ton, but it was still a lot. I have a problem with buying so many books that I can't keep up with them. Just like, oh, is that a book? I want it. So every time I go to a bookstore, it's just like, well, hello, welcome back to my home. And so, this is what's happening. The first Barnes & Noble trip I got, these two. Raven Boys and The Darkest Minds. Now, both of those books I have been dying to get for the longest time, especially The Darkest Minds. Ever since I found out that, like, basically what The Darkest Minds is about, ever since I learned about that, I was just like, yes, let me get it, please. And so, I knew that I wanted it, but I just never grabbed it because there was always so many books that had top priority that I either needed to read or I really, really wanted to read. And even though I really, really wanted to read The Darkest Minds, it was a series. So, yeah. If I got another series, I have this problem with either reading all the way through it or not reading the last one or just pausing. And if I also have a problem with reading the first book in a series and then not reading the rest. So it's kind of a problem. But with The Darkest Minds, I finally grabbed it. Finally, but it's been sitting on my shelf. So that has been a little upsetting. Then Raven Boys, it sounded kind of mysterious. It was like, is this going to be a romance? Is there going to be some thriller? Is it a mystery? I mean, I think it probably flat out stated it, but I have not read the blurb in a really long time. But it just caught my attention. It's like, And I was finally able to get it after maybe kind of going back and forth between, do I want it or do I want to read it? Of course I want to read it always. It's just, should I? But impulse buying, it's a problem. And then I went to go get a bunch more books a little more recently. And those books included Ephraim Divided, Divergent, They Both Die at the End, and oh goodness, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Now, currently I'm reading Ephraim Divided. Anyway, Ephraim Divided is what I'm currently reading, and it's been a really good book so far. It's a lot of just insight in how other people live and in the cultures that surround them. And it's honestly great. It's a good story, and I feel like everybody should read it at least once in their life. And I'm really excited about that. Divergent. Okay, I saw the movie first before getting the book, and I saw the movie like 2 years ago. So everybody who's probably screaming at me, like, why did you do that? Now you've ruined all chance of ever wanting to read the book. I heard about Divergent, but I was like, that's quite interesting, but do I want to read it? So now I finally have the book. I'm going to give it a shot, and it's going to be great. Yes. But everyone's just like, the Divergent movie is terrible. And birds have just decided to awaken. But everyone's like, the Divergent movie is terrible. Why? I don't think sometimes that's why. Next is They Both Die at the End. Why, you may ask? Why buy a book that is super, super morbid? Because it sounded intriguing. If you're going to have a book just entitled, without context, They Both Die at the End, I would like to know what that's about. Apparently, it's about these two people who come together just randomly, and they spend their last day together because there's this app that tells them, oh yeah, you're gonna die soon. So that's what they were doing. So the app kind of connected them, being like, oh, we're both gonna die on the same day. And so that's what the book's about. There's these two people hanging out and spending their final days together with honestly nothing in common between them. So it's going to be a really interesting read. I saw that book about 2 years ago. I honestly didn't intend on buying it, but you know me. And last but not least is To All the Boys I've Loved Before. And this one was a recent thing. I never really honestly planned on picking the book up, just because I was just like, a romance without any flat-out dystopian tragedies? No thank you. But recently, I've had a change of heart. I'm just like, I need a romance. Let's put down all the sad little fiction and even the sad little dystopian fiction / sci-fi, and let's read a nice, maybe lighthearted fiction that also has a little bit of embarrassing moments and maybe some tragedy, but it's just without dystopian aspects. I'm kind of like, should I? Probably not. But I'm really excited about that because love stories and just romance in general, it's the cutest thing. It is honestly adorable. I can't wait to meet the 2 characters. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be lovely. Okay, this was my Barnes & Noble's book haul. It's probably been unnecessarily long with a lot of random facts about my choices in books, and they're all really, really weird. It's like some books are just about paranormal activity, others are really morbid and revolve around futuristic aspects, others are dystopian-like, and then you got the romance in there too. And then others are like based on real world. It's kind of like a fiction-y non-fiction. It's a non-fiction-y fiction. Okay, I'm done talking now. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video or want to see more like it, please hit the like button. If you like my channel or the content posted on my channel, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Oh snap, where'd I put the books?